Welcome to On This Day in Grateful Dead History. Today we're digging into a review from GratefulDeadBook.com. It focuses on May 24th, 1972 at the Strand Lyceum in London. This was the second of 4 shows they played there on that Europe 72 tour.
Right. And what's kind of interesting about this show, May 24th, is that it wasn't one that circulated heavily right away. You know, the review points out that for a long time, there were just fragments of the soundboard feed.
The direct audio.
Exactly.
Huh.
That and some audience recordings that were, well, not the best quality.
So the official release on the Europe 72 Complete Recordings box set is really the definitive way to hear this one now.
That's what the reviewer says, and it makes sense. It finally presented the whole show clearly.
So our mission for this deep dive is to sort of extract the key moments, give you a feel for the performance without you having to wade through the whole thing right this second.
Let's hit the highlights. The review mentions a really energetic start to the first set.
Yeah, kicking off with cold rain and snow, sets a strong mood right away.
And apparently followed by a tight, upbeat version of Beat It On Down the Line. So, yeah, sounds like they came out strong.
Then Pigpen really steps up. The review highlights Mr. Charlie.
And also Hurts Me Too. That one's significant.
Super significant. The review notes this was reportedly the last time the band ever performed it.
Wow. And featuring his soulful harmonica and vocals.
Yeah.
Given that this was his last tour, that performance must have felt pretty heavy.
You'd think so. Then the set sort of shifts pace, showing their range.
Right. With Dire Wolf and Bob Weir's Black-Throated Wind, a bit more mellow.
Before ramping the energy back up with Chinatown Shuffle.
And then a big one, the China Cat Sunflower into I Know You Rider pairing.
The review calls it flawless with vibrant solos and seamless transitions. Sounds like a classic moment.
Definitely a highlight people look for. Then they stretch out.
Yeah, a playing in the band that went over 12 minutes, described as having these exploratory jams that were really captivating.
That's where they're really pushing boundaries on that tour.
The set winds down with a tender take on You Win Again, followed by strong versions of Jack Straw and Casey Jones to close it out.
A pretty packed first set. Then the second set starts energetically, too.
Yeah, Rockin' Pneumonia and the Boogie Woogie Flu, then keeps it going with Mexicali Blues. Lively stuff.
But then another mood shift, right?
Exactly. Down into a somber, reflective feel with Black Peter. The review really points out Jerry's emotive vocals on that one.
That dynamic range again. High energy to deep emotion.
And then the centerpiece. This massive sequence, trucking into drums into the other one. Almost 45 minutes total.
Whoa. Okay, so Truckin' has an extended jam.
Yeah, leading into a brief drum segment. And then the other one itself is described as monumental, just under 30 minutes.
Sub 30 minutes is still huge for other ones.
Right, and described as incredibly exploratory, moving through like jazz-inflected passages all the way to intensely atonal sections, really showcasing their telepathic interplay.
That's the 72 Dead sound developing right there. That deep improvisation.
After all that intensity, they offered an emotional counterpoint with a heartfelt Sing Me Back Home.
Nice touch. Bringing it back down before lifting off again.
Seems so. Followed by the energy boost of Sugar Magnolia.
Classic.
And then one last big moment for Pigpen, leading the final Turn On Your Love Light.
His signature tune.
Yeah, and this set actually closed with his original song, The Stranger, Two Souls in Communion. The review suggests it was poignant, sort of underscoring his importance as his time with them was nearing its end.
A powerful way to end the main set. And the encore.
High energy closer. One more Saturday night. Standard for the tour, but always gets the place jumping.
So yeah, this deep dive paints a picture of a really energetic show. Incredible peaks, that huge jam.
And those poignant Pigpen moments. The reviewer at GratefulDeadBook.com clearly thinks this was a special night, especially now that we have the full, clear recording.
Definitely sounds like one worth checking out.
So what stands out most to you from just this overview? Is it that wild, exploratory other one, or maybe Pigpen's final, Hurts Me Too?
It's tough. Both are compelling. It just reminds you how every single Dead show offered something unique, you know, a different journey each night.
Absolutely. That constant exploration. Well, if this overview has intrigued you, we definitely encourage you to seek out the full recording.
Yeah, hear it for yourself.
And remember, you can find more context plus listening guides for all the shows from This Week in Dead History via the link in the bio. It's for our This Week in Grateful Dead History resource.
Check it out. It really helps put these individual shows into the bigger picture of the tour.